How's everybody doing tonight? Good. I just want to say before we start that I'm so honored to be here. I think for adoptees, we have a long journey about what it means to be Korean American, and I'm really flattered and honored to be among you here in Washington, D.C. So thanks for having me. This affinity for isolation resides deep in the Midwestern psyche and goes by many names. Wisdom of the plains, they call it. Keep to yourself. Take care of your own. If you should stumble, pick yourself up and get on with it already. Growing up as an adoptee in central Iowa, the biggest challenge I faced was explaining the difference between Korea, the country of my birth, and China, the assumed origin of all Asian Americans living in the US. In lieu of a geography lesson, I became practiced at brushing off these assumptions as clumsy attempts at bonding by uninformed people. I told myself they didn't know any better. Pick yourself up. 5th grade, playing in my friend Jason's front yard, I told him I was Korean. He looked at me and said, "Yeah, but you're still white though, right?" This made good sense. After all, my parents were Caucasian. I got a pass because of them. Didn't I? 6th grade. My friends set me up on a date with a girl I'd never met. Red-cheeked and exhilarated at first, I was surprised to find that the girl my friends had set me up with was Fonda Win. We'd been deemed compatible based on the fact that we were both Chinese. We'd never spoken a word to one another before. Take care of your own. Oh, the afternoon, a police officer confronted me outside of my middle school and demanded to know where I'd gotten my bike. 1 foot on the front pedal, I squinted up at the tall, uniformed white man restraining my handlebars. I finally convinced him it was mine, and he had no choice but to let me go. No matter my feelings to the contrary, if a white person had asked my quiet, obedient, younger self, "Are you one of us?" my answer would have been yes, as long as you will have me. In college, I brushed off the townies in Decatur, 3 hours south of Chicago. On and around campus, I was often told to go back to Japan, sometimes asked for advice on how to make a good stir-fry, and received countless requests for kung fu demonstrations. Are you kidding me? They seemed to revel in their own ignorance. I told myself not to pay them any mind. Get up, get going, get on with it already. After college, I got a temp job in downtown Minneapolis, Minnesota. I liked the people that I worked with, and it paid me enough to pursue my career as an actor at night. Until one morning, Virginia Tech was all over the news. Deranged Asian man sighted on campus with a gun. Korean man opens fire. Depressed Korean student Seung-hee Cho kills 32 innocent people, then takes his own life. Korean shooter's immigration status called into question. We have an exclusive with the parents of insane Korean student Seung-hee Cho. Korean students' Korean parents express Korean remorse. 죄송합니다. 죄송합니다. 미안해. Please forgive us. My cheeks flushed as I read the headlines, but I said nothing. Just headed into the staff meeting. They were already calling it the Virginia Tech Massacre. I sat down and tried to concentrate on my notes when I looked up to see Donna, a pleasant white woman from a nearby department, walking towards me. She sat down, sidled up in front of me, smiled broadly, and said, "We don't have to worry about you now, do we?" I flashed back to my friend Jason's front yard and saw my 5th grade self standing there with no words for my shame or my confusion. Say something. Say anything to set yourself apart. If you should stumble, tell the truth. That is not who you were. This is not who you are. Make them see the difference. Make them see their own ignorance. But I was a long way from that front yard. I was sitting dumbfounded in front of Donna, and to this day I still have no idea what to say. Wisdom of the plains, they call it. Pick yourself up and get on with it already. Thank you.